Hello, you all. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This is gonna be just a makeup chit chat. Get ready with me. I got a lot of things on my mind, and I should probably talk to a therapist. I should probably pay someone to listen to what it is that I need to say and maybe give their professional feedback. But I already know what a therapist is going to say. They're going to be like, I I know what a therapist is going to say because they're going to cater their words to something that I would listen to. And I am my own best friend, so I know what the fuck it is that I need to hear, so I don't really need to talk to a therapist. I know what the answers are. It's just growing and understanding and accepting the answers and then implementing them into my life that is really my main focus. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to talk about it because honestly, I got a lot of things on my mind, a lot of issues that need to be addressed. And I can't even address them with the people that I have the problem with because they're just not present in my life, which is annoying. So annoying. Yeah, I used to be so envious of people who had loving families. And I think that's so sad. I think that's so sad. That's a thing to be envious of. Because I have a family. I grew up with family. I'm not adopted. I'm not an orphan. It just feels like it. It feels like I'm estranged from my own damn family. And no, it's not because I moved to a different state. Because we have technology. All right, if someone wanted to be a consistent part of my life, they would make it so. So that's not the issue. I just, I don't feel loved by my family. I am aware that there is love there, but do I feel it? Nah. And I've always felt that way, and I hate that for me. I used to be, when I was in high school and I still lived with my family, I would see young girls, my peers, looking very well cared for, and it would make me envious. I was jealous, I was envious, I was low-key pissed off because it was evident that they had someone taking care of them. And I didn't feel like I had that. I got my basics covered, all right? I got food, water, shelter. That was the basics. And then, obviously, everything comes with an excuse. So I analyzed it and I understood my mother's upbringing. I understood, my biological father wasn't really present in my life, but my stepfather was a great father. He made sure that I felt loved, and he also provided everything else. So I'm not really coming for him. But, like, I'm not talking to either one of those parties in my life right now. My biological father would hit me up every once in a while, which is so weird. My biological father was not present in my life for the majority of my life, and yet still I feel like I have a better relationship with him now than I do my own mother. Like, I could message my biological father right now and get a response. And that is needed. I could message my biological mother right now and it'd be a fucking toss up, a coin flip as to whether I get a response or not. I most likely would be ignored. And it's the same way with my brothers. Like, I'll call my brothers or I'll message my brothers. I will get ignored. My little sister just finally started responding, which is great, and my little brother is unreachable. But that is my direct family. That's the dynamic that I have between my direct family. Like, they are unreachable. And it's so annoying because right now I'm in those years. I'm in my I'm in my mid-20s right now. I'm in the years of finding out who I am as an individual, and my goal, my focus is to build a family of my own. But that doesn't mean that I want to negate the family that I was birthed from and that I grew up from. And yet even if I tried on my end, I would not get a response. So it's just, it's kind of fucked up. And it's been really bothering me. It's always bothered me, but there's nothing I can do about it because it's not a fault of my own. And it's just something that I'm learning to accept, and I've been forcing myself to accept, even though I'm unwilling to accept it, even though it makes me feel at a loss and saddened because of it. But there's nothing I could do, and I've been healing my little girl, myself. I've been healing my understanding of that, and I've just been, honestly, I've been waiting. I have been waiting for them to hit me up, for them to message me, for them to see how I'm doing, make sure that I'm alive. And I haven't gotten that. I stopped outwardly contacting them 2 years ago. So this is the second year where we have not spoken. Yeah. Second year, we have not spoken for real. I think I've messaged them a few times in between these 2 years and didn't get a response. And then the only time that I did get a call was for them to inform me that my aunt had passed. That was it, which was also disheartening. I only get called up for like bad news and like, oh, I need money. You need money, you hit me up. You got bad news, you hit me up. Otherwise, I don't get a phone call, a text, a check-in, nothing. So, that's my family life. And then, I've been working on building like friendships and just friendships, just relationships outside of familial relationships. With people that I've met in the community. It's hard to do that with men because men will be in relationships and they'll feel like, I don't know if they're like brainwashed into believing that they can't have friendships with women, or if they're trying to respect their relationship so much that they do not speak to other women. But honestly, I've come across a lot of lonely men. Even when they're in relationships, they're lonely. And even when they have male friendships, they're lonely. I don't know what that's about. Because I'm always there. I'm lonely too. I'm always there trying to build a relationship, but I don't want a trauma bond. It's weird. It's a weird thing. And then with the women are also in relationships, and they allow their relationship to like encompass them. Like their relationship becomes their everything. They don't build friendships outside of that, and their spouse is their best friend, which is cool. I get it, because when I'm in a relationship, I expect my spouse to be my best friend, but I've learned that I need relationships outside of my spouse, and I'm just waiting until the peers around me have learned that they need relationships outside of their spouse, and they implement that teachings and actually take action and find relationships outside of their spouse. But I'm in a fucked up limbo being outside of everyone who is in relationships or has their family that they can reach out to and depend on, so they don't even build friendships. Because they're like, why would I build a friendship when I could just talk to my cousin? I get it. I understand. I feel forgotten. I feel lost, but I grew up in the church, so I know about perseverance and trials and tribulations and tests that are going to make us. So I don't mind continuing on with life, and I like to have faith that I'm going to build these relationships that I desire in the future. And I am going to continue to treat people like be friendly towards them when I encounter a like spirit. Ain't nothing I can do but try. That's all I can do. So that's what I'm gonna do. Just try. Just recently, this man saw me outside taking out my trash, and he asked me if I smoked. And I was only slightly high at that moment. But I told him I didn't really smoke. Like, I smoke, but I don't really smoke. Like, I figured he was trying to sell me something. And he was. He was trying to sell me something. But I smoke, but I don't really smoke to the point where I actually need a plug or anything, you know? And he was like, okay, cool. I finished taking out my trash, and then he's like waiting. I could see him in his car. And I walk up next to the door, like I'm about to walk past the door, and he's like, okay, wait, talk to me for a minute. I just moved in this area. Do you know anybody? I'm trying to make friends, yada, yada, yada. So we talk, like, more of a get to know you, like, spiel. Because I've taken things a lot more slower. Because he really just wanted my number. And I've been started taking things a lot more slower, where I'm like, I don't really know if it's necessary for me to give you my number just because you want to get to know me. If you frequent this area, however, and you see me, we can talk, because I actually like in-person conversations better. I don't want to text. I like calls. Calls are nice. I would prefer a call. But, like, I really just want to, like, be in your presence. I don't really want to, like, have you as another number in my phone. I'm tired of having numbers in my phone. So I told him, I was like, hey, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to give you my number right now because I don't really feel like there's a point in it. But if I see you again, we'll talk and maybe we'll exchange numbers then, because I got shit to do. Like, I was doing things. So he said, okay. And that was last week sometime, and I have not seen him again. Not one time. Don't know what he was doing in the area. He obviously doesn't live here. So he said he was coming by to see some people. Cool. So maybe I'll make a friend with him if I see him again. Who knows? There was another friend. There's a girl that I hit up. Like, I call her to tell her my business, because she told me her business one time, and I wanted her to know that this was mutual. Like, I'm not gonna just tell you. I'm not just gonna, like, listen to you tell me your business. I'm gonna tell you my business. So I have a person that I can call up and tell my business whenever I want, because she was down for that. But last week sometime she called me, and I guess it was a butt dial or something, because when I finally answered the phone, she had hung up. And I was like, okay. She didn't send me no text or nothing after that, and she didn't call me back after that. So obviously it was an emergency. But that's a potential friendship that's a brewing. It's taking a very long time, very slow. I'm not used to building slow friendships over time. So that's, we'll see how that goes. There is another woman that I met years ago when we were working at McDonald's together. And we used to hang out together, we smoke, we drink. This was when I was, like, heavy into party culture, and she was young too, so she was kind of wanting to party as well. And that girl got everything that she wanted in life. That girl, she was dating this man, and she wanted him to impregnate her, like, really badly. Like, she was saving his sperm in the freezer and shit. So I guess he agreed to impregnate her, and she got pregnant. And I asked her before she did it, I was like, what's the plan? And she said, honestly, I just want his baby. I just want a baby. If we decide to no longer be together in the future, I'm okay with being a single mom. And I was like, okay. So she's now that single mom. She's not in contact with the man that she had a baby by, and she's now wreaking havoc in other people's lives. Like, the girl's, it's a fucking train wreck for sure, wrecking everybody for sure. But I ran into her like a month or so, 2 months ago, because she had moved and we had lost contact for some years. But I realized that the reason that we lost contact for some years is because she either blocked me, deleted me, or she just would, like, cut me off somehow, because I didn't cut her off. I still had her numbers, and I thought I had her Facebook on my page, whatever. But anyway, I ran into her a few months ago, and we hung out like maybe 2 times. And then I called her because she had planned everything that we had done. She had planned. She had hit me up. She whatever. So I called her or I texted her, and it went straight to voicemail, and I didn't get a response. So I was like, okay. And I had asked her a question too, so that would have been like I needed a response for that. But I didn't get a response. So I was like, okay, so she's doing it again. I had a flashback of what she did years ago, where like when I called her and or I needed her, she was not present. So I was like, okay, I'm tired of having friendships where I can be called and I can be needed and I can be accepted in their life when they want me, but when I need them, they're gone. They're AWOL. So I set up a boundary. I'm no longer doing that. So even though I had the potential of building friendship with someone, that ceased to exist because she had called me like maybe a week ago, last week, sometime, and I had ignored it because I was like, what the fuck? Like, nah, I'm not going down that pattern again. So, was that 3 people? It's 2 women, 1 man. Another man that I was hoping to build a friendship with, we had worked together, and he was really cool. We worked together, and I would take time out of my day to come find him and like talk to him. Like I realized that he was a friendly spirit, so I was gonna treat him like a friend. So I started talking to him, and I don't know what happened. But I do know that it got to the point to where other coworkers would see him on the shift and they would tell me that he was on the shift, and I would have to let them know, oh yeah, no, we're just friends, I'm just being friendly towards him, like it's cool, like that's not my man. That's not my work husband, that's literally just a friend, or a person that I'm hoping to build a friendship with. And they understood, they were cool with it, and we were making plans, me and him, we were making plans to hang out outside of work and just hang out. Like we were literally just gonna work out together. That's all it was. We were gonna run together in a running group. It wasn't even just gonna be us two. It was gonna be us and other people. And I found out that it was like at 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. And I was like, fuck, I'm not doing that. That's way too early for me. You do you, boo. And then I messaged him and I asked him a question. I don't remember what it was. I asked him a question and I didn't get a response. And then I was like, oh, okay. So I'm noticing a pattern here. Like, if I don't get a response, I'm like, okay, I'm about to retreat. So I retreated. And then I would see him in work, and I just was like, okay, well, I'm going to give that man his space. He obviously got something that he needs to figure out. So I'm just going to, give him his space. And if he wants to, like, be friends or build a friendship, then he will let that be known. Anyway, he ain't let it be known until like maybe a week or 2 before he quit. So, and how did he let that be known? He just started saying hi to me again. He just started being like, hi. how are you doing? Like, he just started making conversation with me again after not talking to me for months. So, I would like to say that, I would like to address that maybe me being ignored and retreating is a problem, but ultimately, I'm being ignored. Like, if I'm messaging you or if I'm calling you and I'm not getting a response, why the fuck would I continue to message you or call you? Why would I continue to do that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, if I was to be harsh on myself and call myself the problem and be like, oh, I gotta fix this, then yeah, I would continue to be a fucking pest. Or I would continue to be a pest and ruin these people's lives or like become an annoyance in these people's life by continuously messaging them even though they ignored me. Continuously calling them even though they ignored me. They let it be clear that they were not at the capacity to have my presence in their life, and therefore I exited. Yeah. Saying it out loud, I feel like a quitter, slightly. But I also have that realization that if the feeling is mutual, if the person actually wanted to speak with me, then they wouldn't let that be known. If a person wanted to build a friendship with me, then they would let that be known. So I'm just in the waiting stages. And I'm realizing that maybe my friendship style is a lot deeper than most. But also, maybe it's just not happening easy for these people. And since it's not easy, maybe it shouldn't be meant to be. Or maybe these people need to work on themselves so that, you know, maybe these people need to work on themselves and they don't realize that they need to work on themselves just yet. Or they're not doing the work to work on themselves just yet. I don't know. I don't know. I asked myself, do I have walls set up? Because out of all of those 4 examples, really only one of them did I actually like set up a wall initially, and that was the guy who asked for my number, and I told him I felt like it was kind of pointless to have my number right now, but if we see each other in the future, let's continue this conversation. Which I still kind of left the door open. I was just like, we just met, and we really talked for 5 minutes. I don't really feel like exchanging my number right now. So, I mean, I kind of just left the door open with that one. I don't know. You tell me. Y'all let me know down below if you would have done anything differently, or if you're interpreting these examples to be different, from a different perspective than I. Anyway, I gotta do my makeup. I don't know if y'all want to see that. I'm gonna do my makeup. Now, after I said all that stuff, I asked myself, were there an instance where I actually had a friendship that thrived? And I feel like these friendships don't count because they began when I was younger. Like, they began throughout childhood and they lasted for years. But I feel like the circumstances and the proximity to seeing them on a regular basis, that's the main difference. Right now, we're all adults and we all have our own individual lives. So if we want a friendship, we really are going to have to work on a friendship. If we want a relationship with someone, we really have to work on that. We have to set time aside from our lives dedicated to building that relationship with that person. So even though I did have friendships that lasted in the past, mainly it was due to age, proximity, constantly seeing that person. It was easier. So it's not like those friendships don't exist. But we're definitely not working towards maintaining those friendships now. So what happened? I know what happened. I don't really want to delve too deep into those ones because it was actually good reasons. I'm not talking about the loss of friendship. I'm talking about building friendships right now. So you can talk about the loss of friendships. I've been talking about the loss of friendships for a while. I'm over it, and I don't want to continue to talk about that. So. These things go ding-a-lang. I'm gonna push this into my crease, maybe. Put it in my crease. Okay, so hopefully you can see what I did was I took this color. It's like a deep sienna. That is on top of the pink that I put into my crease. It looks very beautiful. Do you see? Can you see? It looks very beautiful. And I have this Paradise palette. And this has a few pinks in it. I want to use the shimmery pink for sure. This hot pink, however, I feel like it'll blend into the other pink I have. Maybe I'll use that underneath the cut. Y'all, I haven't done a cut crease in a very long time. I don't think I've ever done a cut crease if I'm being 100% authentically true to myself. No, I have. It was green. Really pack that in there. I don't like this eye as much as I like this one. This one looks a little bit more natural. I accidentally put too much product on this one, I feel like. Even though it looks good when I close my eyes, I feel like it's gonna crack once I open them too much. But these things go jingling. Okay, cool. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is next, I need to take, I just want to like darken that outward, the outside a little bit more. I'll use this deep, it's like a purple pinkish color, but leaning more towards pink. Put that under there. Don't let that get to your head. I need more pink. More pink. Respect what I give, but don't get. Don't let that get to your head now. That's not a good color to go there. This is all gonna come together. Just trust the process. We gotta think some more though. That's not working. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah, I just fucked that up. Why did I do that? That was stupid. Don't let that get to your head now. I never claimed to be a makeup artist, just so y'all know. I just like doing shit. This is gonna come together, I promise. It's just gonna take a little bit of a time. Do I like it? No, I don't like it. What the fuck? I don't like it. And take it all off. I kind of want to take it all off and just start all over again. It's not that it's ugly, it's that I don't like it. I want it pink. I don't like it. I'm like, maybe stop and come back to it. If I put on some lashes, maybe it'll go. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay. It's cute, but I don't like it. I don't like it. These things go jingling. Respect's what I give, but don't care. Don't let it get to your head now. Okay, well, that's the makeup look. I'm gonna figure this out, and then I'm probably gonna come back on camera when it's done because maybe the camera's fucking me